All right, man. So apparently, Jerry Jones is now. I mean, who's surprised by this? Let's be real. Jerry Jones is. Who's surprised by this, man? Let's get into this context. Okay. So, Mr. Jerry Jones, aka the owner of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, and I always put that in quotation marks because why is that the team to represent America when they haven't won in God knows how long? Besides that, so he was in a picture around 1957 that resurfaced, which is kind of crazy now that you think about it, because this is what, like over 60 years ago. So they going that far. The cancel culture is going that far to try to cancel people. But besides that, he was in a picture in 1957, pretty much in support of segregation. You could see in this picture, it's pretty much him trying to stop black students at the Little Rock High School. And like, here's my thing. I laughed at this because it was like my main reaction to this was like, are people surprised by this? Like, I laughed because I'm like, yo, I'm not surprised by this though. Like, call me pessimistic all you want, but I'm of the mentality that I'm pretty sure all of those damn NFL owners are of the same mentality as him. All of them. Every last one of them. Okay? I gotta exclaim that. Every last one of them. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if there was other NFL owners at that same damn protest. Or at other protests just like it in the same time period. Like, here's my thing though. Here's my thing. I'm of the mentality that if they're, of the Caucasus Mountain over the age of 50, more likely than not, they don't like black people. And I already know, even the new generation that's coming up now, it could be the same situation. But I say that because if they lived, my mentality, okay? If they lived during the time of segregation and, open racism and shit like that, they lived during a time where they were literally seen in the government's eyes as better than black people. You think they're gonna go from that mentality right there to all of a sudden they're now equal to us? Do you think they're gonna be okay with that? You think they're gonna be okay with that? Now I already know because I've seen some YouTube videos, I've seen some stories of some of those older white individuals maybe coming to their senses or whatever the case is, maybe becoming more accepting of it. But majority of them, nah. If they live during that time, I'm gonna go into any interaction with them assuming that they don't like people of my color. Like, do y'all remember Donald Sterling, the former Clippers owner? When it came out that he was, the strong R community, I was not surprised by that neither. Like, you call me pessimistic all you want, but I feel like every last one of them is the same way. Every last one of them. And it's kind of crazy when you notice these things, because they make all of their fortune, or like 90% of their fortune, because of the black players that they're exploiting. So it's like they be so against people of my color, but it's because of people of my color why you're in that such high fortune position. Here's the thing too, before I get into what Stephen A said, oh my god, it's interesting that this happened early in the week, right? And ever since then, and I was waiting, I wanted to give it a few days. I was waiting. Jerry Jones has made no type of an apology. Jerry Jones he didn't walk back on anything. like he had no regret at all. He didn't donate to any black charity or not. Like he didn't do anything. That says a lot. Now let's get into what Stephen A. Sellout had to say. Just check out this video, man.
I'm pretty pissed off. And let me say this. I'm pissed off, but not for reasons that people would think. I'm very, very fond of Jerry Jones, and I'm not hiding that from anybody. Is his record perfect? No. But I'm pissed off because he doesn't deserve what just happened. He doesn't deserve it. Our report said he was 14 years old. Yeah. Another report said he was 15 years old. At minimum, that's 65 years ago. You're going to bring up a picture of Jerry Jones standing at this protest, no question, what was happening is not something that anybody as a black person should be appreciative about. We had 6 students at that particular North Little Rock High School that was trying.
Now, you see that, right? And of course, it got people up in arms, you know, calling him all different types of names and shit like that. But it's rightful that they call him these names. Like, bro, how, like, okay, I understand being fond of him. You probably never had any, you know, they've probably never had any type of racist interaction with each other. But it's just kind of crazy. Like, bro, you see a picture like that, and your first words is to say he don't deserve the backlash? Like, what? Why does he not deserve it? I mean, I'm of the mentality that, and we've seen it because he didn't walk back on anything. He had no regret about it. I'm of the mentality that all this backlash is not going to change his mind anything, but to say he don't even deserve the backlash, it's kind of crazy, Stephen A., don't you think? It's kind of crazy. Now, to the bigger point of what Stephen A. was saying, because he was like, oh, you know, he pretty much don't deserve the backlash because he was 14 or 15, a teenager, some shit like that. I get that, and I kind of agree. But at the same time, my mentality is like, it's not like he was doing some petty crimes or some shit like that, or stealing out of people's cars, or something more minor than that, if you ask me. It's not like he was doing something like that to where it's like, you know what, he's not the same. He could change. You could change from that, I believe. But to be at an anti-segregation protest in high school, as a high schooler, nah, at that point in time, you know what the hell you're doing. If, like I said, if this was something else, as a 14, 15-year-old, okay. And maybe you give him a little bit of a pass. But for something like this, absolutely not. Absolutely. Absolutely not. And apparently, because I'm not really in touch with the NFL as much, he's never had a black coach for that team. Is that not eye-opening at that point? Like, he's obviously still of that same mentality, but it's crazy. Because more than half of his damn team and half of his fortune came off of the backs of black players. Ain't that kind of crazy? Stephen A., like, come on, man. You had no type of support for Kyrie. That's a whole other topic, too. But he had no type of support for Kyrie. All Kyrie did was share the link to a fucking movie. Is that not crazy? Yo, oh my God, Stephen A., man. Let me know what y'all think, though. And my main question is, are you surprised that Jerry Jones was caught in this picture? Because I'm not. I'm not surprised at all, honestly. Let me know what y'all think. Pessimistic, I know, but I don't care. I'm not surprised. Let me know what y'all think. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. More videos coming soon, man.